everybody. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to share a card with you that features a floating card technique, which is something that I haven't really done before, so I'm excited to make that with you today. My name is Lori DeGroot from Lorita Marie Crafts, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Calgary, Alberta. And I come live every Thursday at 12 p.m. Mountain Time, so I can share fun tips, techniques, and inspiration with you to hopefully get you crafting and using your crafting supplies. I don't want you to be scared of crafting. If you're ever looking for more information from me or maybe some more inspiration, you can always check out my blog, which is loritamariecrafts.ca. Another way to get some more information is signing up for my email list. I send out a weekly newsletter every Friday afternoon, and it's got kind of all the information from the week, and I include like a PDF in there with some more information and fun kind of exclusive things from my Facebook Lives. And I also send out information when it's happening for classes and promotions. So I just wanted to mention that because you don't want to miss out on certain things, because I know that in October and November there are usually some pretty good sales from Stampin' Up! So I don't know of any 100%, but I think one's coming up next week. So if you're not on my email list, make sure you click the sign up button on my Facebook page here and sign up for the email list so that you don't miss out on what fun sales are coming up before Christmas here. So just make sure everyone's coming on. How's it going? Make sure everything's working here. I am live from my craft room now, if you haven't watched me for the last couple weeks. So it's fun to be in my craft space where it feels a little more creative, and you get to look at my craft room instead of the blank gray wall that was always behind me when I was at my kitchen table upstairs. Yes, so hopefully you guys all had a good Thanksgiving and are enjoying this week, although I don't like the change in temperatures. I don't know how you guys feel, but I love summer and I love fall as long as it's warm. But once it changes to these really chilly mornings, I'm like, oh, I miss the warm days already. I don't want to wear socks. So changing of the seasons can be hard sometimes. So I also wanted to mention, hello, everyone's coming on. I also wanted to mention that I have a class. So if you are on my email list, you would also have heard about my brand new class that's this month. So the email went out this morning, and this is a little different format than I've been doing the last few months, and we'll return to that same format in November. But for October, I'm doing something what we call in the Stampin' Up! World a Stamp-a-Stack. So all that means is that you can create multiple cards of just a couple designs. And so it is a great way to make a whole bunch of cards at once. And what better time of year to do that than, of course, at Christmas time, right? This is the best crafting time of the year. So I wanted to provide a way for you to make multiple Christmas cards. So this class is really awesome. So I'll show you the designs in a second. I have designed 4 cards for you, and you get to choose the designs that you want to make. So hopefully there's a style that suits you. I tried to kind of do different styles for people. And you can either make 8 cards, 12 cards, or 16 cards, depending on, how long your Christmas card list is. And of course, I mean, if you want to make more, you can make more. But that's kind of the starting point, and you get to choose the designs that you get. And so then what do you get in this class? Well, you get all the paper and the designer series paper. So cardstock, designer series paper, ribbon, embellishments, envelopes, everything is provided cut and ready for you to assemble your cards and to do the stamping. So you, of course, get to do the stamping and the assembling, which is the fun part, right? You will also get a PDF, kind of basic dimensions on a PDF, plus a full video tutorial, because I just find, even if you're an experienced crafter, I don't know, I just find video tutorials easier to follow, and you can kind of just quickly see how it goes together. So I'm still going to be doing a video tutorial for this. And then this time I have a fun couple add-ons that I thought that I would try. So the first one is for $10, you can add on a swag bag. So this would be better if we were all in person and we could have a big crafting party together, but of course we have to be doing a class to go or a class online this fall. but I wanted to still kind of make it feel celebratory. So I want to offer you a swag bag. So you just add $10 onto your class and you are going to get a fun bag full of Stampin' Up! Goodies and gifts from me, and just as a thank you for being my customer and for signing up and to just celebrate, like I said, the best crafting time of the year. Another thing that I have added on, which you know, you just let me know if this is something that's interesting for you, but I didn't want to hinder you if you're kind of a new stamper and you want to make Christmas cards. And normally if we could meet in person, you could just come and use all my stuff, but unfortunately we can't do that right now. But if you would like to make Christmas cards, but you don't have a lot of Stampin' Up! Stuff yet, I've got a beginner bundle for you. So I'll just show you what I'm including in the beginner's bundle. So first of all, you're going to get a stamp set because you need to provide your own stamp set and ink to do the class. So it's going to include the Holly Jolly Wishes stamp set because all sentiments, and these sentiments will fit perfectly on the cards that I've designed. You're going to get a block because you need a block to adhere your stamps to because they're all cling mount to a block. You're going to need an ink pad and so black, which is my cards are with colored ink, but black is going to look good with everything just to get you going, and some adhesive. So you're going to get all that. You're going to save on the tax. I'm going to cover the tax. You're going to pay for the product and the shipping. And this is just kind of a way to get you going. So of course you can always switch out or exchange or change it up, but I just wanted to provide a way if you were new to stamping that you could still make the stuff, right? So here, let's show you the cards. Because why not? Oh, if you're not on my email list, it'll be up on the blog later today too. So let's see. So we've got 4 cards and kind of in a variety of traditional kind of or more whimsical styles or different color schemes. And so if you want more information from me, please feel free to ask and I will definitely send you all of the details. Okay, that's enough talking, blah, 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 right? So much chatting. So today I'm excited to make a card with you with a technique that I have seen a lot, but have not tried myself yet. And I don't know if there's an official word for it, but calling it the floating card technique, where it kind of looks like the stuff is floating on the card. So I think this is going to be a fun thing for us to try today. So let's get to the crafting bit here. So let's just get my camera set up here for you. All right. Okay, I think we're good. Just gonna change my lighting a bit. All right, so if everything's looking good, you can give me a thumbs up. Hopefully things are all right. I can still see your comments over there. Okay, so a floating card technique. So we've actually got a few different things that I'm going to show you how to do today, which is going to be kind of fun. So first thing is we just have a basic white card base. So that's just your standard size. And so just 5.5 by 8.5, folded in half at 4 1/4. And then I've got a piece of basic white again. And this is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, which means it's going to make a perfect mat on my card. So this is thick basic white. I don't know if you know there was different ones, but there's thick, which is better for a card base. And then there's just the regular, which is great for stamping and for layering up. So I'm actually going to emboss this for you today. So that's what I wanted to show you first. So I'm going to need my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. So we'll pull this in and just give me one sec here. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to be using this embossing folder from the annual catalog where it comes in a 2-pack. I think it's called, oh, I didn't even look up the name of it. Greenery. Forever Green. Oh my goodness, I did not look up the name of it. So sorry about that. But it's kind of got, if you can see here, this fun kind of leafy pattern. And it comes in a 2-pack with another one with leaves in it. So these are skinny, and these are meant, so these are not the 3D, so they're the thin folders. So the sandwich that you're gonna need, let's see, can you guys see the machine here? Let's come up a bit more. Okay, so you're gonna need your platform 1. So everything's numbered, so it's easy to put together. So you need your platform 1, and then you need your cutting plate, which is 3. And then we're gonna put our paper in our embossing folder, and I'm gonna show you how to get it to fit this whole piece, because obviously this is not as big. Okay, so I'm just gonna line it up in there, and you're gonna put it with the hinge towards your machine, and then you need your second cutting plate, so the second number 3 on top, and then we're gonna run it through here. And it always moves my paper around, but we can straighten everything out after. Okay, so that's the first run through. Now, of course, my paper is bigger than the pattern. And so with a pattern like this, I found that if you just kind of look on the other side, let's see here. Maybe I'll need to go farther over. This did work the other day. Yes, it did. There we go. Sorry. But because the bumps, you're going to be able to feel how they fit into the embossing folder. So I can feel that it fits and that it's right. And then I've continued the pattern. And I'm going to just do the same thing and run that through my machine here. Okay. And then you're going to get the pattern over that whole piece, even though you've got that smaller embossing folder. So I just wanted to show you how I did that. Not too complicated. And so that's going to create the base of your card. So kind of when you're doing a tone on tone, so it doesn't have to be white either, but if you're doing a tone on tone like this, sometimes it's fun to give this one some texture as opposed to just leaving it flat white. You'll be surprised at the difference that just having some texture on your card can make. Okay, and I'm just going to use my seal on the back, and then we're just going to go ahead and get this on our card front. Okay, so that's the basics of our card. And now we're going to do the floating part. So the first thing that we need is acetate paper. So I don't know if you knew that we had this in the catalog, but let me just show you here. On page 135, oh, it's not even on this page. Oh, that's hilarious. I totally thought it was on that page. There we go. Page 136. I was close. Here we go. Can we see this? Paper Basics. This is page 136 in the annual catalog. And you're going to see here it says window sheets. And so you get two 12 by 12 sheets for $6.75. And that'll last you a while. That's a great price. And so this is awesome if you're going to create like windows, like it said, in a box or a treat packaging or even on a card where you want to see something through. But it's going to be exactly what you need to create this floating card technique. So I've cut a piece here. It's about 3.5 by 3.5. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a bunch of strips of paper on it and then cut it out into a shape. So I'm still in my fall mode. Next week I may switch to Halloween. I don't like to do Halloween too early. Oh, I'm missing a strip of paper. Where did it go? There it is. So I've got another fun fall color combo for you. I'm super happy with it. I don't know what you think. It's a little retro-y, I think. But I've got, you can tell me what you think of the colors. I've got Mary Merlot, Cajun Craze, Shaded Spruce, and Bumblebee. And I have just gone ahead and cut 2 strips of each. They're, you know, about 3.5 inches long, you know, as long as this piece, or they could be longer too. And then I've cut one at 1/2 inch and one at 1/4 inch wide, so that we've got a variety. And now all I'm gonna do is throw some seal on the back. And I'm gonna start layering them up on my adhesive sheet. And so if you've got the grid paper, which anyone can get grid paper, you might wanna use that to help you line things up. Grid paper is very useful in your crafting. And if you are typically a person who uses the Tombow glue, white glue, for your crafting, that is not really gonna work for this project. You're gonna need a tape adhesive. Otherwise, when we go and cut out the shape, we're gonna have, oops, not that one yet. We're gonna have glue everywhere. Okay. I prefer tape adhesive anyway, but I know it's just a preference. Okay, so I'm just kind of doing, you know, like a random pattern here. So some thin, some thick, just varying the colors. And of course, you can create this in any color scheme that you want, and it's gonna look awesome, right? When I'm done this one, I do have another sample that I want to share with you to show you how it looks with a completely different feel to it. Okay. Oops, that one's a bit big for the end, but here we go. Okay. So I've got all my strips on there, and now I want to go ahead and cut it out with my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine again. So I'm going to cut it out into a circle shape. And this is from the Layering Circles dies. Sorry, I got adhesive that's going to start sticking to everything. This is one of the bigger circles from the Layering Circles dies. And so I'm going to bring my machine back here for you. And to do a cutting sandwich, we need platform 1, we need platform 2, and then you need your cutting plates. So you put 1 down, then you put your project down, and it's a circle, so just anywhere is good. And then you're going to put your other one on top, and then you're just going to run it through. Okay. And then we have this awesome circle. It's like so satisfying. Some things that you do in your crafting, like it's just so satisfying. I don't know why. And so with the acetate behind, it looks like the strips are floating, right? So that is the fun part. And now we're gonna finish up the rest of our card here. So to put it onto the front of our card, we definitely want to pop it up. So we definitely want to use dimensionals of some sort to give it that kind of height that we need. And so I'm going to use the adhesive strips. So again, it's a product that maybe you haven't seen or haven't used a lot of. So on page 167 of your annual catalog, it has all your adhesives. Number 10 here are the foam adhesive strips. Okay, so it's $10.75, and what does it say? You get 10 yards total. So you get a ton. It's going to last you, this is going to last you a while too. Other uses for this is shaker cards when you want to create a solid outline so you can put your sequins or whatever onto a shaker card. I mean, there's lots of good uses for it. So they come in these long strips, but of course you can cut them to size for whatever you need. I have some cut from a previous project, so it's going to work out great. And I'm just going to put them on the back there, and they're going to match my strips just perfectly. And you just got to peel off the backing. And then we're going to center this kind of top center. It's so much fun, right? I love this technique. And so now what would be fun is to add a little detail, embellishment, and your sentiment. I still want to create my fall look. So I decided to use my sunflower dies. I've been loving my sunflower sets this fall. And I've cut these out. They're kind of like wheat looking, I guess. And I've gone ahead already. And I've cut them out from the Bumblebee cardstock. And so now we're just going to use some glue dots or however you want to attach it. Maybe I want it a bit higher. Yeah, that'll work. So let's see here. Just kind of layer them up together. And then maybe another glue dot. And then I'm going to kind of angle them on the side there. And then I'm going to grab some linen thread. And I just use my fingernail because it's so curly. Sometimes it's hard to work with. So I just use my fingernail to straighten it out a bit if I need to. And then, oh, cut it way too short. I'll have to use that on a different one. What I want is to kind of loop it back and forth as if it was a bow, but not a bow. So let's see here. Kind of like that. And then I'm going to put some adhesive down. Okay, and just to kind of get it started. And then we need a sentiment, of course. So let's see. I kept moving my paper around. Where did it end up? Okay, so I've just got a piece of basic white that we're going to stamp on. And I mean, any sentiment is going to do. So I'm going to use the Free as a Bird one, and I'm going to do the one that says, "The world needs more of you." I think that's nice. I think we need some nice notes of kindness out there these days, right? And I'm just going to use black ink. There we go. And I'm just going to stamp it kind of near the top of my paper, just like so. And then just cut it out. So let's see, maybe I will use my paper trimmer. Sometimes I just hand do it, but and then we're just gonna cut that out to size. There we go. And then I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals on the back of that. And then you can kind of tweak it to how you want. And there you go, a little floating card technique. All right. Isn't that pretty? I love this one. It's so cool, and I cannot wait to try it many different ways. I think the sky is going to be the limit. So picture any shape that you want to do. So, the layering circles, of course, you've got lots of different circles. Maybe the Stitch So Sweetly dies, or the Scalloped Contour dies, which has the fun rectangles, or the rectangle stitch dies, and then you could just do rectangle bars across. Really, there's going to be so many things that you can do, lots of ways to be creative with it. Now I do have one other one that I wanted to show you. So here's a completely different look, but the same idea, and it kind of just evolved into this perfect like masculine birthday card. So, which I never have any of, and so I love this one, so I might have to make a few more and have them in my stash. I actually started with this color scheme for fall. So this is Cajun Craze, Misty Moonlight, Gray Granite, and Pumpkin Pie. And then I just felt, you know what, this is gonna look so good as a guy card. And so basically the same concept. I did the polka dots behind. I love the polka dot and checks embossing folders. And then the tie and the sentiment are from, what's that called? Handsomely Suited stamp set, which is in the annual catalog again. So there's a couple of examples of what you can do with this fun floating card technique. Yeah, that's all the crafting. Here, let's bring you up again. One second here. Hello. It's close. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you like this card, and I hope that it would be something that you might try out on your own crafting. I hope you will, and then you'll show me. You know what? I love to see what people do. One customer just recently this morning sent me a picture of a lovely project that she had made, and so I love to see what you guys are making, so you can always send me a picture of what you are creating. Don't forget about my class. Stay tuned for the blog for all the details. If you're not on the email list, you want to make sure you don't miss out on this one, and to get a start on your Christmas card making. And just think, once you get everything, you can have an awesome night of crafting, put on your favorite Christmas music, like Michael Bublé maybe, and your favorite Christmas movie, whatever that might be, and have a fun night of making your Christmas cards. If there's anything else that I can ever do for you, please just let me know. Send me a message, and I'd be more than willing to help you out with whatever you need. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And if you're watching the replay, I really appreciate you taking the time to come on later and check this out as well. And stay tuned next week, where I have another fun project to share with you guys, okay? So until then, bye-bye.